Uninspiring friendships where you aren't progressing each other are killing your mind and both of your potential, and they are taking the place of awesome ones. Say no to stale friendships. Say no to nostalgia, to tired encounters with people who you have potentially outgrown. Without peak friendships, peak relationships, peak community, you do not show up in your best way. The friends you want are those that push you and they question you and they build you up. Being together with them feels loads better than being alone. People who you feel like you can be completely yourself around, you don't have to censor yourself around, and they feel exactly the same with you. There's a film called 50 First Dates, and it's Adam Sandler and it's Drew Barrymore, and the character that she plays has amnesia. So every single day she has no idea who he is. So it's his job to every single day make her fall in love with him again. And I really think friendships should be like this. The idea is that you keep your friendships renewing, that you fall in love with your friends every time you hang out with them, and they do the same with you. I want to share my way of having the best friendships and being the best friend so that you grow with your favorite people and you keep pushing each other in a very happy and productive way. The first way is to see their highest potential and treat them as that person. So there's a quote that I absolutely love, and it's Dr. Wayne Dyer, and it's, "See the light in others and treat them as if that is all that you see." When you do this with your friends, you get their highest version. You already know your friend pretty well, so you're inside their head, you can see their fears. So this means you are perfectly positioned to be their cheerleader. A couple of weeks ago, my friend who runs a company had a problem with his co-founder, and he dropped me a message to say, "Oh, this thing's just happened." And straight away, I knew that he would start catastrophizing. So I sent him a voice note really, really quickly. And I was like, "Look, I know that you're gonna wanna do this, and this is gonna be your natural reaction to this, but actually, you're better than that. I know that once you really think about this, this is how you'll act. You'll do this, you'll handle it perfectly, you'll know exactly what to do, and everything will work out fine. So if you can, see if you can skip ahead to that point and don't do the catastrophizing." And I sent it thinking, hey, that's okay. Hope I didn't overstep a mark there. But I got a message back a couple of hours later being like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so happy that you said that. Having your voice note made me realize, yes, I've got this. Yes, I can do this. And I handled it fine. And now I'm in a really good situation." As a friend, you have the power to do this. You have the power to make your friends realize that they are capable of more. We think that letting it all out and venting and gossiping and complaining with people is a mark of friendship and is a really good thing, but actually it's not. There's no need for it. There's no need to hang out in this low energy state with all of your favorite people. It's actually loads better to use your power and use your knowledge and your wisdom of who they are and what they're capable of to help them change their state. So it's seeing their highest potential and then treating them as if that's the only thing you see. The next one is praising them behind their back and insulting them to their face. At high school, I used to be friends with this girl who would always complain about other people to me. Most of our conversations would be about this stupid thing that someone else had said or done, and it would be person after person of basically making fun of them. And at the time, I really believed that she was only doing that with me because I was her best friend. But of course, what actually happened is that she was not just bitching to me about everyone else, she was bitching to everyone else about me. And there's a phrase, if they do it with you, they will do it to you. Now, I am the exact opposite of this. I will only ever really sing someone's praises behind their back. So if someone asks me about a friend, I will only tell them about how awesome they are, these things that they're really good at that they don't even realize, their credentials, their accolades, whatever it is. It will only be high energy, not even a hint of anything I wouldn't say if they were in the room. And I feel like having this rule creates a safe space for all of my friendships because I don't talk about people behind their back with anyone. Therefore, people know that I'm not going to do it with them. On the flip side, my love language with my friends is that we rip each other to shreds in person. We totally make fun of each other in a very high energy, safe space, love-led way, and it's magical. So you've got this polarity, this ripping each other to shreds in person because it's funny and because you've reached that high level of friendship where you can do that, and then behind their back only ever being their biggest fan. I think this is the secret to amazing friendships, and I think everyone should have this policy. The third is to make people feel good, and this idea that you should never admire in silence. People don't get enough compliments, often to the point that if you give them one, they don't know how to take it. So you tell someone that they look nice, or you tell someone that you think their work's really good, and they'll be embarrassed and they'll shuffle about and they'll blush and they'll maybe play it down. And maybe there's something deep rooted there, that when someone tells us that we're good, it can be viscerally uncomfortable because deep down we don't feel like we are. But that aside, people don't get enough compliments, so pay compliments. If you think of something good, just say it. There's another quote I love, and it's, when people feel beautiful, they do beautiful things. And if you become a master in compliments, in giving them and also receiving them, because let's face it, we could all get better at that, being able to do this with your friends, whenever you think of something good, say it, don't admire in silence. It means you create this friendship of equality that is really happy and productive and amazing to be in. If you've read the book 48 Laws of Power, law 19 is know who you're dealing with and do not offend the wrong person. And part of that is this idea that people really do not like it if you insult their taste or their appearance, and also to avoid offending or humiliating people. And that's because it provokes unnecessary hostility, and you don't want unnecessary hostility in your friendships. Compliment, compliment, compliment. Get it so normal that you pay them. Get better at receiving them. Have friendships where you build each other up all the time and it's just normal. Number 4 is stack your interests, and this is about connecting on multiple levels. Just because you went to school with someone doesn't mean that they belong in your life now, and often that's because the only thing that you have in common with the person you went to school with is that you went to the same school, and that's not enough. Friendships are so much deeper when you stack your interests, when you have 2 points of connection, at least 2, maybe 3 or 4, things that you have in common across different areas of your lives. So right now I'm in a community for location independent business owners, and I've made some of my best friends through this community because we've got the whole location independent thing. So many of us are nomadic, so we have those interests around travel and staying in different cities. We've also got the entrepreneur thing, so we're all growing businesses, so we've got all the discussions that happen as a result of that. So 2 points of connection. When I go to events that this community runs, if I see someone who clearly trains, they have like good biceps or something, when I single out those people and talk to them, they're my really deep friendships, because then we've got location independent business owner. We've also got the fact that they train. So I will like go up to people, squeeze their bicep and say, tell me about this, because I almost know straight away that we're going to have 3 things in common, and that is what leads to a really awesome friendship. No shallow connections. I hate small talk. I love having loads in common with people, and stacking interests in this way can mean that friendship is effortless because you naturally lean into the same things. We don't want to just hang out with clones of ourselves, but the fact that they've got the same interests but different opinions and different ways of those interests playing out in their life mean that you're probably going to have a very deep friendship. You can do this with your current friendships, stack more stuff, so the people that you've already got some really cool things in common with, do different stuff with them, explore your interests with them, explore their other interests. The goal is not to have loads of surface level friends. The goal is to have fewer, deeper, awesome people who you're truly connected with. The final step in how to be a friend that no one ever wants to lose is to evolve with them, and do not remind them of former versions of them. So I have a really good friend who has a very messy ex-partner situation going on, and she struggles hanging out with her family. They will always bring up her ex-partner just as a conversation topic, just because they're like, oh, what's he doing? And she really doesn't want to talk about it. And because she's evolved so far past the person that she was when she was with him, she doesn't want to keep being reminded of her bad relationship decisions. Often they're quite painful for her. So she created a boundary with her family. She said, look, if I want to talk about him, I'll do it first, but don't start off that way, because it just leads me down this low energy conversation path that I don't really want to go down. So is that okay? And of course they were like, yes, that's cool. But you don't need to be told by your friends when there are conversation topics that they would rather not talk about. This is anything that you know that they have moved past, that at the time was painful, that they don't want to revisit. Just don't go there. If they want to talk about it, they'll talk about it first, but you don't need to be the one to bring it up first. Even if it's just to make conversation, there's always better stuff to talk about. And so you can help your friends maintain their high energy state by giving them a way of choosing the conversation topics. So many of us have been crazy teenagers. So many of us have had failed businesses, failed relationships, like things that have happened. Let them be the one to bring up that stuff. This is about how you want your friends to feel around you. And it makes so much sense if we think about how we want to feel around our friends. Because really, friendship isn't about you, and it's not about them. It's about how you feel around each other and the response that hanging around them provokes in you. So if someone doesn't make you feel good, if someone treats you like a past version of you, if you feel like they're keeping you small, then you won't want to hang out with them. And it's exactly the same the other way around. Remind them of the cool stuff and make new plans. The past doesn't exist. It's just the future. It's the future you have together as the best versions of you that are going to keep progressing and keep moving forward together, supporting each other. Show the world the friendships you want to have, and you will get them. Be the friend you wish that you'd always had, and they will never want to let you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Tell me in the comments what you do to be an amazing friend. This has been another day of showing up every single day on YouTube. Hit subscribe to see all new videos whenever they come out, and I will see you in the next one.